Good morning, good evening, hello, good afternoon, wherever you may be in this crazy, crazy world. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey yo! How's my stream family doing out there? Today, we are continuing with the... Wait for it. Wait for it. The servitor skull. Oh yeah! He's getting close. He's getting close. I did do a little bit of work on him off stream. Let's see. If you are interested in going back and watching the first couple rounds of this guy, you can go to ZBrushLive.com and find my artist page, Brendon Isaiah Bengtson, and some of those previous ones will be there. Actually, all the previous ones will be there. So if you'd like to catch up, you can do that. Watch it from the very beginning. Um, let's see, what else? What did I do since last stream? Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Uh, I redid the claws again, as I wasn't really happy with the other claws. So these are something a little bit more simple and pretty much like the actual, like these guys here. If you can see that, yeah, those guys. And like, oops, not that one. This dude, like this little guy right here. You can't see him very well, but yeah, so it made them a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more like they actually are in the model. But today, what we're going to do, actually, what else did I do? Hold on, I did do something else. Um, I just threw these little antennas on to remind me that I wanted to do some antennas up there. I did do a little bit of work on the rocks in the base offline, just to kind of get something down there. You'll see I'll also replace the other feet over here and over there. But today we are going to work on redoing the little mandible legs. So these ones were a decent first round, but they're not quite up to what I want them to be. So I think we can get some cooler things happening. So I looked at the Call statue, and he's got this little spider dude on him, the Belisarius Call AdMech guy. Grabby doodads, yes, the graboid. Let's call them graboids. You guys remember that was from? But he's got this little spider guy kind of like on the ground in front of him, and I really like how some of this graboid type of shapes look. So here's a couple more images of this little dude. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this little capsule piece, and then a couple of probably like maybe two or three, maybe just two, and then I really like, oops, this one too. So maybe we'll do a third leg like that, and then we'll have three on each sides, and that probably should give us enough to do. So we're going to build these guys kind of from scratch, and we'll look to replace these ones that are already on there. And we'll kind of resolve that little area under there so that it's much more friendly to the eye and to the print. Because right now it's just, ugh, it's kind of gross in there. So let's turn those bad mamma jammas off so we can see what we're dealing with. Dougie, what's up, buddy? Robotic talents would look great if they were wrapped in, don't you? Yeah, I was thinking kind of like a little bit like a crab mouth, where like it's like this, you know, or like this under here, and bacon. It's potato. Um, yeah, so that's what I think this will feel kind of cool. So let's do that. So I'm going to take a look at kind of basic shapes here. It's got one arm that comes out here. It's got a pin, another arm that comes out here with a little gap for that pin in there, and then it's got a little knuckle. No, I said that last month. I said I wasn't going to stream until next month, but I said that last month. Um, the let's see the stream that I'm going to do with the Stylus League gentlemen will be what is it, April? Next month. The Stylus League stream. But I'll still be doing a couple of ZBrush streams kind of here and there to try to wrap this dude up. I'll probably also be doing some of the streams on this guy to wrap him up on my personal channel. So if you'd like to follow me on my personal channel, which I know, Dougie, one of these days you'll follow me over there. One of them. I don't know when it will be. Just surprise me. All right. So let's just get some stuff in. Start playing around. We'll go kind of loosey goosey with the shapes to make it a little bit more organic feeling. So a lot of times I just bring in a pen in a cube, and then I'll go in, and I started using this polycube quite a bit now. This is just a quick and easy way to get just a nice kind of even-sided cube, and you can just go psh, 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 if you want to just get rid of all that stuff. Okay, so let's start the shaping. So it's kind of a little bit longoid like this. Cool. Actually, you know what? Let's, instead of that, let's do a cylinder. And I want this. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Let's let's do group by normals. We'll do crease polygroup, and then divide that a couple of times. I just want some kind of evenness in here, which is fine. Then we'll do delete lower, and then we'll see what our Dynamesh resolution gives. The Emperor is pleased. Thanks, Kim. How you doing, man? Let's see if anybody knows their lore and knows where this skull actually came from. In lore, what is anything, any iconography on it that would say what the skull was from? Let's see if let's see what you got. What you got? And again, if it wasn't clear, this is for 3D printing, so it'll be more collectible size. So I'm thinking somewhere probably around this size, so like 150, 125 millimeters, something like that. Ah, beach to it, Dougie. Da! All right. Damn, measuring units is not like I have 10 figures. Yeah. Probably about yay high, something like that. About 3 or 4 inches, maybe something like that. Or we could even do like 6 inches if we really want to, because this is the base is pretty big and it's not really to scale for the for the actual tabletop game. So it's more of just a collectible piece. And I am actually going to be giving this guy away. So if you are interested in picking this dude up to be able to print for yourself, you can just go over to our web page and sign up for our newsletter. And once this is all done and fit and everything, we'll send out a email and see who's interested in getting a copy of this bad boy to print for themselves. 'Cause sharing is caring. All right. All right, let's get to work. Stop messing around. Dougie, stop talking about bacon. All right, so we're just gonna, you know what, before we do that, let's do 56. I want a little bit. Okay, cool. So we'll hit some trim dynamic. We'll just, or maybe some H polish might be better. Yeah. So we'll just kind of square off this side. Square off the sides. Something like that. Cool. We'll just kind of bring this down a little bit. And then we're going to round this side. We'll just hit some inflate real quick. Smooth that out. Again, we're just trying to see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to work on this shape first. So it's just kind of like a little pin. And then we'll start working on this guy. And then we'll get the pin in there. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Nothing to see here. Okay, so maybe it like comes up a little bit like this. And you know, I probably even go down to, what's half of 56? 28? I could probably even go down a little bit. There we go. That way we could just, our shaping in our language is just a little bit easier. What's up, Neil? How you doing? Okay, so it's got something like this, right? Okay, cool. That's good enough. And then we'll take and we'll duplicate this guy. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. And we'll rotate him. He's going to have something like that. Okay, we'll go back to this guy. And the mechanics of it are, this has got to go, there, got, okay, cool. These are going to be flared out here. But then all this stuff will come in. So we can have that little flangy flange. Phalange. Well, thanks, Nightbot, for reminding me. So kind of you. Okay, so there's the little flange that goes around there. The pin will go through there. And we got kind of a knuckle here. Like this. And then we got this that comes down like that. Okay, this stuff can come in. Look at that. Okay, let's redynamesh real quick. Get some extra geo in there. Okay, cool. We'll just give this a nice little curve. Okay, that's the basics. Okay, Nightbot. We get it. We get it, buddy. Nightbot's going a little bit crazy. Apparently, there's going to be a stream with Ben Morrow, Huxley, and the Maxon spring event on April 20th. I bet you didn't know that. Maybe some of you guys did, but okay. Maybe actually this one thins out just a little bit like this, which is fine. Okay, something like that. Cool. And let's take this up to 56. Can use a little bit more. There we go. Again, if you're new to my streams, I'd move pretty quickly in between brushes. So if you're ever wondering what I'm using at any given time, it'll be right up there. Let's see, this is going to be a little bit shorter. Let's do some radial symmetry actually. So we'll do radial symmetry. I forget. Is it Z? Nope. I think it's Y. Nope. X. Focal symmetry. There we go. Is that it? Nope. It is Z, isn't it? Why isn't it doing? Why aren't you doing the thing? Hmm. Okay. It doesn't like radial symmetry right now, so we're gonna skip the radial symmetry thing and just do it by hand. Could be. I hope Paul doesn't go anywhere. Okay, let's make this a little bit wider. We'll get a little. Maybe we can start using some Sculptors Pro here. And what that's doing is just it's automatically re-topoing to how big my brush size is, which is pretty handy. Handy dandy. Okay, gotta just square these guys off a little bit. Am I using Dynamesh? Yes, I am using Dynamesh. But I'm also using the Sculptors Pro as well. So just refining some of these areas a little bit here. with Sculptris Pro. Yeah, Paul's good people. Good peeps. Okay. I think that's probably pretty good for now. See how that looks. It's moving in the right direction. Whew. Yeah, a lot of times, the way that you create a thing dictates what the overall feel is, and I really enjoy um, using how I create things to emphasize if it's, is it machined, is it hard surface, or does it feel more um, organic, mechanical? Just by doing your process a little bit differently, a more mechanical process for mechanical things, and more organic things for organic things. Then you get some like minor inconsistencies, what makes it feel a little more organic, which is nice. And for me, I'm actually more comfortable doing organic stuff anyway. So a lot of times, if I'm doing a shape or something like this, I'll just use Dynamesh real quick, kind of bust out the form, and then we'll just clean it up later. You're making a human face and using Dynamesh and Sculptris Pro. When I use Dynamesh, all the detail goes away. What should I do? Um, so the general workflow for any kind of like whether you're using Dynamesh or subdivisions or Sculptris Pro is get all your major shapes in first. Once you have your major shapes in, because that's where you end up using a lot of the Sculptris Pro and Dynamesh. But then when make yourself like a divide, for lack of a better word, of okay, when you have all the major shapes ready and done, or not done, but like as close to happy as you can be, then I would use subdivision. So duplicate it, Z-remesh it, and then project to your other Dynameshed one, and then use your subdivisions for all the fine little detail. So there's usually a good divide there for, and it helps also to keep you honest about sticking to doing your primary shapes first. Be happy with the primary shapes, and then secondary shapes, and then tertiary shapes. And you can help kind of gate yourself that way um, by making sure that you do it in those. Okay, let's go to 56 here. But yeah, you'll run into that issue quite a bit if you're in Dynamesh and you start working on fine details. It's better to keep those two things apart. It's better for everyone. Okay, so let's create the little pin here real quick. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just go, I use my insert primitive, and let's use a capsule. Yeah, let's use a capsule. What the heck, why not? And then we're just going to do one pin, and then we'll just go something like that. We'll do split unmask points. Go back to this guy, center, and then let's just get him. Oops. Let's just do a cylinder instead. Let's delete this guy. Yep, that's fine. We're going to append a cylinder. We'll use this one to clean up the geo. Wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay. Try that again. My ZBrush is being funky today. So, and this is why we do things live. So, so you can see that not everything is perfect. And what do you do when something is not going correct? Not doing the thing. Yep, the graboid. Let's call them graboids. Every time I say that, I want to do like that face that guy makes. Let's call them graboids. And then Kevin Bacon's like, "You're crazy. What's wrong with you?" I think my dog's gonna bark here in a minute. So if she does, don't be surprised. All right, let's make a little bit more room in here. It doesn't need to be sound. This is all going to be it's all going to be Dynamesh together anyway, so I don't really need to make sure the things are exact. I do really quickly want to just kind of round that guy off a little bit. Let's divide him a couple of times. Delete lower. And we'll just see if we can get some kind of a decent pin shape in here. That's not exactly perfect. There we go. That works. I think it probably needs to be a little bit bigger. Like that. Okay. That feels pretty good. Feels like it could work. Okay, so let's put all this together. It's probably going to get loud in a second. The gardeners are here, so that it may also be a thing. So let's merge down. And before we merge down, we're actually going to do a quick Z-remesher on both of these. Because I don't want all of those to be super duper high. I just want it to be... Actually, you know what? Instead of a Z-remesher, let's do decimation master. Current. And then we'll do by 20. There we go. And then this one, and that's fine. Okay, so we go back to subtool, and then we go up here, we do merge down. And then let's just do a quick auto groups. Auto groups. Can we get some different colors in here? There we go. Okay, so that's our first one, which feels like it could work. So let's take this guy and we'll duplicate him. And we'll see what that looks like when kind of all three of them. My bot's on it tonight. Today. On it. Okay, grab this one. Let's duplicate him. Actually, what we'll do is let's grab this dude. We're gonna hit our little pizza boxes, and we don't want any of those. Just want this dude. We're just gonna bring him down here so we can see him a little bit better. Okay. Then let's do our little half crab thingamajig on top. This little. Whoa. Whoa. What are you doing, computer? This little guy here. So we'll just append. Sorry if that's loud, guys. It'll be gone in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Let's do a little lippy lip. And then we can just use our ZModeler brush. Something like that. Okay, so we got a little. Alright, we got a little thingy thing. I think that this little piece needs to be a little bit bigger. So, before we rotate, let's do this. We're just going to use our there we go. We got cheat. Cheater. We're going to add another little one here because I want this a little bit more rounded. Then we'll just take this and do slide, edge loop complete, and then we can just actually, you know what? Let's do this instead. Hey, you know, that's fine. So maybe we'll do scale, edge loop complete. I'll just make this a little bit rounded. Like that. Oops. So sometimes if you're doing this, it'll kind of snap. You see how that was doing that? So if you run into that problem, change your draw size down and zoom in a little bit, and that'll help from that snapping. Apparently my daughter's not happy right now. Can you hear her? I'm tired. He looks like a little crab, huh? Let's keep those. All right, I'm just gonna mute for a couple minutes, guys. We'll we'll keep going. I'm just gonna mute for a couple minutes. Okay, it's a little bit quieter now. Thanks, everybody. All right, so We'll duplicate this guy, and then we'll just mirror that way. There we go. So now we kind of got a little bit more, and we'll make some differences here. All right, so then we got, because these are all different poly groups, we can change them however we want to. So let's just do auto groups real quick, and then for now we'll just group these guys. Control W, bang, 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 bang. Control W, bang, bang. Control W. Okay, so now we can change their overall shape really quickly. So if we hit Alt, no, Control, there we go. All right, now we can start kind of moving these guys around. We could even play with the length a little bit too. It's kind of cool. So maybe we'll put it up here like this. The world is against me today. ZBrush is against me. Noise in general is against me today. My new stylus has all the horsepower. Yes, that's exactly it. What are you gonna do, right? That's life. You just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. So you do it smartly, like this. Then you can kind of change really quickly the overall poses here. What's up, Voxel? How you doing, buddy? Okay, there we go. Now what we'll do is we'll grab this one. Let's isolate, turn that off. And then we'll just do a auto groups just on this one so that we can rotate this bad mama gemma. And a Bluxby! Holy cow. All the old cats here today. So we will clear the mask, rotate that one only. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition this dude here and make sure that the rotation point is kind of in between this pin here. Oh geez. Okay, cool. And then we'll come in here. Now that I got that is positioned, we can just go. Just rotate it like that. Okay, let's see how this is feeling. It's starting to get there. I feel like it's still a little. We need more stuff in here. Do need more stuff. Need more stuff. So think what we'll do. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Let's hide all. Hide. Thank you. Grab this guy again. Feels like he's a little too That's a little bit better. Okay, so I think we still need a little bit more differentiation. Right now they're a little bit too samesies. So I think what I'm going to do is I may just take and elongate this one. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just, oops, let's grab this mask. I'll just mask that off and then we'll phase that off a little bit. And then what we can do is reposition here, move that to the center, and then kind of just elongate it just a little bit more. Okay, cool. And then we'll also mask here. And then we'll make this part a little bit longer as well. So they're a little bit different, right? They're a little too samesies. And then we can come in and add some micro differences. Maybe this one is a little bit shorter. Wait for it to save. Okay. See how that's looking. Yeah, that adds a little bit more dynamicism. Word of the day. It's the letter of the day. It's the letter of the day. Hey, hey. All right. Next, we're going to do. I'll do this one here in a minute, but we're gonna make this guy, this whole piece, next. So I think that would be good for like right here, or maybe like hanging in the center, like as like little kind of claws. So that's what we're going to do. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? There he is. All right, so this one is still. I don't like that it's like tilted more. Kind of feels a little weird. So let's fix that first before we do anything else. So grab that. We'll do Alt click. Reposition here. Let's just get that pivot right in here. Cool, that's about fine. Bring everything back, and then I'm just gonna rotate this back this way just a little bit because it felt a little too much. Okay, and then let's work on this side real quick, and then we'll go make the other claw. It's the claw! I've been waiting to do that all stream. It's gonna get you. You're afraid of the claw. Alright, so we'll do quick auto groups. Oh my gosh, just can you, thank you. Okay, do Control W. And it's the claw. So we could do that, or we could just do this. We do group masked and then group masked. There's another way you could do it as well. Okay, so let's do some posing here real quick. So I think in conjunction, that's not what I wanted to say at all. in, in, in conjunction, after due consideration, I've come to the conclusion that your defense system sucks. Anybody remember that quote? That was a good 80s movie quote right there. Okay, let's bring all that stuff back. Turn that off. Okay, cool. Let's... You're not that old. Alright, give you a hint. It had Matthew Broderick in it. After due consideration, I've come to the conclusion that your defense system sucks. There's the quote again. No, it was I think late 80s. Matthew Broderick. Had to do with a computer. Oh, you were born in the 90s. Third Rock from the Sun. Nice. Nope. Third Rock, it's from a movie. Alright, one more time. After due consideration, I've come to the conclusion that your defense system sucks. Yeah, there you go, Dougie. War games. Very good. I'm so glad somebody got it. Oh, you did? Wait, where? Boar games. That's not board games. But boy, I say, boy. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do auto groups, and then we're going to bring everything back. We're going to control click there. Okay, and then we're going to. Yeah, that was the dad. Um, wasn't it the dad? God, he played I haven't seen that guy in forever. Harry from the Hendersons. Yeah, he was the dad in Harry and the Hendersons too. Um, what was his name? Yeah, he was also the serial killer from Dexter. Oh man, he was so good in that. What's his name? What was his name? John Lithgow. Ah, yes. God, I haven't seen. Is he still alive? Man, I love John Lithgow. There was a movie where he played the bad guy too. Not from Dexter. There was a movie he played a bad guy. What movie was that? Raising Cain or something like that? Buckeye Bonds. Wow, that's an old pull right there. Okay, we're gonna have to. That is an old pull. Harry and the Hendersons. I used to love that movie as a kid. We would go to the. We would go to the video rental store. Remember when they had those back in the day? Um, they had like it was before Blockbuster got big. When they had like the little movie rental places like on the corner. Um, and my family would be like, okay, you get one one movie that you can rent, and I would always pick Harry and the Hendersons. And my brothers would be like, dude, just watch that like 8 times this week. I'm like, I don't care. It's a great movie. I know, right? I guess probably they're just hoping that I wouldn't want to rent it anymore, because none of my brothers wanted to see it again. They're like, whatever you do, don't buy that movie because Brendon will want to watch it like 800 million times. uh, I see. In retrospect, they probably should have because shortly after I started watching Aliens, and like Aliens was like the movie that I ended up watching like I don't know 5 times a week, something like that, probably even more. I don't even remember. I've seen that movie so many times it's ridiculous. Drake, we are leaving. Oh, good times. Good times. Okay, let's move this one, and then we'll call this one done for now. We'll get on to building that other one. Not My Planet, Monkey Boy. So many good movies. Oh, I did that. That's weird. Okay. So weird. My headphones are completely fine, except when I'm streaming, about every 5 minutes they'll just disconnect, just randomly. Just like, nah, I think good. I'm just gonna disconnect, and it's consistent, but it's only when I'm streaming. So weird, man. All right, let's see how that's looking. Maybe I want to duck this one down further, like this. It'll go one on either side of that guy. Okay, cool. That's good for now. Let's kick render just to see how the shapes are reading. He needs a little more. That's just the first pass, which is will work. He just needs a couple other, maybe probably 2 more shapes. So we'll get this kind of claw Betty guy in here, and then maybe one little. Yeah, it's first pass. Set your shadows to 30 degrees. Are you talking about in render? Shadow? Angle? Is this the one you're talking about? Like that? Let's see. See what you got. See what you got. Holy moly, that's way better. Where have you been all my life, Voxel? I've only been using ZBrush for like 35 years. That's because I don't really render in ZBrush very much. But yeah, that feels way better. Thanks, dude. Just goes to show ya. And no matter how much you use a tool, you probably don't know everything. Oh yeah, that's way better. Yeah, so these are the kind of will be the main claws. We'll have maybe 2 or 4 of these type kind of underneath, and then maybe we'll do one something or other up here. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we'll just dupe this guy, and maybe cut off this one and put another version of him kind of like this. All right, but we're gonna build this guy next. Yeah, let's do it. Do the thing. Yeah, I didn't want to buy Keyshot either, but I actually won a professional Keyshot bridge from the first time I went to it was the first ZBrush summit. I actually won one in a raffle. So okay, let's get this party rolling. Okay, let's see. Can I repurpose any of this? Let's just start from this dude. So we're going to do split hidden, turn that off, and then we'll start from this. And we're going to build it in this position. All right, so we'll build this piece first, which is going to be this guy. Create a hinge, that guy a hinge, and then that guy. Okay, so queso. What does this have to do with cheese, bro? And we're just going to kind of strong arm this into position. Not quite 35 years, but sometimes it feels like it. The other thing that I use quite a bit is lock camera. Becomes really handy when you're just trying to kind of fix the overall shape of something, and you don't want to keep like accidentally like grabbing it and rotating it. So I do a bind to Shift C for this one, and it's just in Draw Lock Camera. So if you want to do the same thing, go to Draw, and then just assign a hotkey to this one. It does feel like 35 years though. Okay, so it's got this. This piece kind of goes concave because a cave goes in, not convex. That's how I remember. And again, we're just getting the overall shape. I'll work on cleaning stuff up later. Okay. We're going to use Sculptors Pro to just even out some of that geo real quick. Okay. Looks like a screaming mouth. It's like flaming lips. No, what's the Rolling Stones cover? Ah, the mouth. That's what it reminds me of. Also, while we're doing this, let me just plug the website real quick. You can, if you want to follow us on the medias, you can follow us there. Also, if you'd like to take a look at what we got in our Etsy shop that's up for sale at the moment, that is also there. We probably were, I actually were almost certainly going to move on from Etsy just because of the price hikes and stuff. It's just, yeah, it's too expensive. So if you want to pick up something from the store before that, all that stuff is available. We're probably going to just do private commissions from here on out instead of an Etsy store. Okay, so that's that one. Let's grab a pen, just a cylinder in here. Waiting for the bacon bonus. You better get some. Also, if anybody's interested in private commissions, we are going to start doing commission work here pretty soon for painting. We also, I'm thinking about doing commissions for sculpting for 3D printing as well, but I'm not quite ready for that. I need to do a little bit more testing on my side first before I'm ready for that. But we are doing commissions for painting. Painting what, you say? Check out the website and you'll see. All right. So let's really quickly let's make this this little joint here. Okay, I'm going to go to insert edge loop, and we're going to do somewhere right about there. We'll go to Q mesh poly loop. Like that. Okay, and then we're going to scale this down a little bit. Polygroup all, it's fine. We're just going to scale that down. Mostly because I don't want 90-degree angles too much here. Of course. Here in weld, there we go. All right, that's good enough for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this intersects so that when we merge everything together, it'll just delete all that geo inside there, which is fine. Let's just clean this up real quick while we're here, just so it don't look so ugly. We'll do trim dynamic real quick. Okay, we'll just grab this face here. H-polish just to give it some flat edges here to play with. And then we'll use AccuCurve on my move just to pull that corner out a little bit. Turn that off. We'll do the same thing here. Grab AccuCurve, pull that out. Okay. Just to make it feel a little bit better there. Why did that move? That's weird. I must have hit the wrong button. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just gonna try to clean this guy up just a little bit because I'm gonna duplicate him and use him for the next one. So I want to just have him a little bit cleaner for the moment. Okay, that's good enough for now. Alright, so we've got this piece that comes that way, and then we're gonna have, let's duplicate this guy and move him up here like this. We want him this way. Did we? We actually want this one a little bit shorter here. So we're going to use our knife. Just cut it like that. Knife is actually pretty good too. You can just use it to kind of clean stuff up, which is really nice. Okay, so this one, we'll cut off this as well. We will do it similar angle here. Let's turn off perspective. Okay, let's do mirror and weld. Okay, cool. And then let's cut this as well here. Okay. Cool. Make sure symmetry is on. Go to move, and we'll just kind of snuggle this guy into place here. Cheat it over a little. Okay, and then this is all going to be a lot smaller up here, so let's just do a scale here. Turn off symmetry, snap that to middle, and we'll just do a scale. Don't want it so wide up there. Turn off symmetry, snap to center. Oops. Then we'll just fix a little bit of this wobbleness. Fix the wobbles. Okay. Then we'll just clean up these sides real quick with some hard polish. The other thing you can do too, which is pretty helpful during this little phase here, is you can just do a quick clay polish, and that'll clean up a lot of those edges for you. The best country in the world. I feel like you're about to tell me what the best country in the world is. But also, greetings. Tell me, sir. Tell me. Or ma'am. Not sure. Is it Italy? The Netherlands. Nice. I am an Irish Viking, so one of these days I actually want to make it to that part of the world. Okay, so that's that piece, that's that piece. But also greetings. Okay, cool. That thing can swing down there and that hits that thing. Okay, that's good. And then we've got one more of these. So let's actually duplicate this guy again. Apparently, Vasily is actually letting us hang. Greetings from the best thing in the world. Well, tell us, man. Tell us what the best thing in the world is. Okay, I'm gonna turn that down. Okay, so let's grow. Let's turn that off. Let's go to center. Like this. We are going to create. Actually, we're going to duplicate this guy. I wish you to finish this. Me too. I want to finish this model too. I'm great at starting models. Really good at starting models. I'll leave the rest of that comment hanging in the air. I don't think you guys can figure out where that's going. So let's duplicate this one. Put him up here. Okay, now we got to shape this guy actually. So let's get this into. Actually, you know what? You know what we could do? I got a great idea. Well, let's just do this. Instead of reshaping that, why don't we just take this guy? Let's turn him like this. Let's do Mirrenweld. Haha! Great success. Let's just hide that guy for now. Yeah, that's fine. Right about there is like, that's fine. Pull that back just a little bit. So I could take him to this guy. Like that. Okay. So we got that. Autosave. Okay. So we got that. This is where we're at, right? So we got this piece. We'll need to grab one of these guys and put him in here, but we'll need to kick this guy out. Actually, I need to adjust this up here too. Keep going. Keep going. We can just grab this like this. Okay. Maybe we actually just bring it all the way up here like that. And then we'll just cut it as we see fit. And this one, cut like right about there. And then this one will cut like that. Okay, cool. And then we'll skinny this up a little bit. Okay, that works. All right, now we're gonna grab, let's just grab that guy. No, let's grab that guy. So we're gonna duplicate this one. We'll just use him again. Then we'll put him up here. Okay, we don't need this little pin. So let's delete hidden. There we go. Okay. Oops. So let's just fill this in. Dynamesh? No, let's do 28 Dynamesh. Okay, that's fine. Let's kill all this down. redynamesh, and we'll just get rid of all this stuff here. Okay. Cool. We got the basic shape. And then we'll use, so here's what we're doing. We're just going to make this piece here. Go ahead and use snake hook. Yep, that's fine. And maybe we'll always good vibes. Okay, so we got our pieces, and then we'll just kind of adjust as needed here. Headphones just disconnected again. I feel like, yeah, I don't want to work anymore. Okay, then let's grab a little piece from here. That's this little kickback piece back there. Redynamesh real quick, and then we'll just clean up some shapes here. Make it look menacing, like Dennis. Okay, this is all one full shape there. Okay, this is a shape there. Okay, yeah. This is looking okay. Oops. Start refining a couple of these pieces here. This should be a little bit skinnier. I have a phone like that disconnects every time your ex-wife calls. Is that like kind of like selective hearing? Okay, so let's reiterate these shapes here. What we want? We want this to come down like that. Like that. Like that. Clean up this silhouette here. We're going to lock the camera so we can do some edge shaping. Okay. See how we're looking. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I see you, dude. Let's work on the thin. This is a little too thick this way, and the same thing with this side. They're a little too thick through here, so we're just going to skinny those up. So let's use our lasso tool. Okay, cool. We'll use that. We'll just skinny it up like that. Done. Okay, and then we can, maybe we'll turn off that real quick so it doesn't remesh the things. Okay. We'll just clean up some of these edges real quick too while we're at it. Okay, we'll do some H polish. Clean up some of those edges. I don't like that kink in there, so just going to round that off. Okay, how are we looking? Getting there. It turned lethal real fast, it did. It sure did. Okay, let's grab this and we're just going to rotate that down a little bit and kind of reposition where this is going to sit in here. So something like that, and then we can build our stops around it here. So let's turn that back on. We'll create a little flange here. We'll create a little there. 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 What do we got? Here. Okay. One there. What's up, normal? We're going to skinny this part out a little bit as well here. If anybody's here lately, this is what we're working on. We're working on a servitor skull from Warhammer 40,000. Right now we're working on some teeth. Some mandibles. Man, those are dibbles. Okay, let's square this off a little bit. This is like a little stopper. Okay, and then maybe we'll just pull this in so it's a little bit more concave. I'm not worrying too much right now about when I'm going to make it all print friendly. Right now I'm just trying to get the overall feel of it before I worry about that stuff yet. Okay, just add a little bit there. We'll go and do our H polish. Just make some of this a little bit more flat. I'll tell you what, if you're just kind of willy-nilly in this stuff and you're not worried about things being super precise, Sculptus Pro, Dam Standard, and H Polish are invaluable. Really great for blocking out this type of stuff. For me, it's I'm worried more right now on the overall look and feel and not things working technically. So I want to make sure that I'm having fun designing before I get bogged down with the technical side of things. I'm new. Which app to use for painting and texturing? Well, so there's a couple of different sub questions to that, and one of them is you're talking about for just in general, uh, or when you're doing um, modeling for collectibles? Or are you talking about video game art? Or are you talking about anything in general? Because it's a little bit different for each one. If you're just looking for just kind of like concepting and getting an overall feel of adding color, that's one thing. Versus doing materials and texturing for video game pipeline is much different in general. Um, well, if I guess we'll just continue that conversation then. If I am doing materials and texturing for my, video game pipeline, which is what my normal day job is, then I'll use Substance Painter or even Marmoset Toolbag has a really good texturing package now. But mostly Painter. Then it also depends on what engine that you're going to be in, so you may do some of that in engine as well. But if you're just doing it, say for concept or something, I actually may do polypaint in here in ZBrush, depending on, am I going to have... All right, which way are you going there? There we go. Is it going to be a paint over for a piece of concept art or something? You can even take it into Bridge for Keyshot, apply some general materials to it, and then paint over it with Photoshop or something. But for video games, I use Painter mostly. Okay, let's clean up some of these shapes just a touch. Kind of want to have this nice little... So I think we're getting close to being done with blockout stage. Probably the next stream will be finishing up whatever we need to for blockout, and then we'll get into kind of final details. Either next stream or the stream after for this guy. Okay. This little piece is a little wackadoo here. There we go. Maybe we can actually do, let's do one more damn standard. And do something like that. Just going to give this kind of an overall smooth with the Sculptris Pro, so we can just clean up some of these kind of weirdness shapes. So just a little housekeeping over here. All right, what time is it? All right, we got about 20 minutes left. I think we can get this piece in and get these guys placed fairly easily, and then probably call it for the day. What are you working for your day job? Oh no, not at all. I'm a character artist at Crystal Dynamics. Okay. Yeah, this is I think we got some good work done. I most likely will be doing more of this on my own channel in between now and next stream. So I haven't heard of Crystal Dynamics before. It's a video game company. We did all the Tomb Raider, Lara Croft games, um, and Marvel's Avengers. If you want, for example, render your model 3D to image, which app is best for rendering? I actually, if I'm going to be doing a render, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do that real quick right now. Maybe I'll show you guys how I do it. So what I'll do is, yeah, let's do that real quick. Are you guys, anybody else interested in showing how to kick off a good render? Get it into Photoshop. Yeah, most gamers use Marmoset. Um, if for like personal work, but if you are if you're working in an actual studio, you'll do all your rendering in whatever engine that you're using. So a lot of them will be like Unreal, or like we just actually recently announced we are using Unreal 5 for the future. Yeah, that was a good tip, Voxel. Okay, so here's typically what I'll do. So I'll get my render angle that I want. So let's say that's good, and then I'll lock my camera so I don't move it anymore. So again, locking cameras in Draw Lock Camera, and then what I'll do is let's get a good light position first. Yeah, this one feels okay. So my key light will be from here, right? So then I'm going to put my render palette over here, and then I'm going to put my light palette over here. All right, so this is my key light. So that's good. Actually, I'm going to move it down a little bit because it may get. Actually, no, I think it's fine. Actually, before I even do that, what I'll do is I'll make sure that I have a good resolution. Right. So if you go to Document, just do New Document. Don't worry about saving it because it's all saved in your tool. Right. So then what I want to do is I want to zoom out real quick. I just want to make sure that, okay, that's the size of my document here. And then maybe I'll make this, let's say just for now, 2000 by 2000. Or say width 2000 by, yeah, 2000. Okay. Okay, and then we'll do resize. Now, I've got a square like that, and then now I'll redrop this guy in. Okay, so now I know that when I capture this document, it'll be 2000 by 2000. So I always set that up first, right, and then lock my camera. All right, then we'll just kick off with another render real quick just to make sure that this is good. All right, so that I feel is it's okay. Let's make this over here more. Actually, you know what? Let's do. I'm a big proponent of right to left key light. That's typically how I render things. That's my preference. There we go. So what I want to do is I want to create some nice highlights on one side and shadow on the other so that when I do the rim light will bounce out pretty good against that dark side of the moon. Okay, so this is the render. So we go into render passes. Sorry, render pass. And then these are our composite, depth, and shadow, and mask. So I'm just going to save these out real quick. Let's go. Okay, save that. That's fine. I'm going to save the depth out, which is fine, and then the mask I'm going to save. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my rim light. So if I click on this once, it will send the light to the back side of the moon here. And then we'll turn this up to about like 3. Something like that. And then let's kick off another render. So this is going to be my rim light pass. I actually may want to turn my ambient down. Let's turn my ambient down. Let's put this at like 2.5. Pull this down a little bit. I want it kind of from the side. Actually, maybe from the bottom might be kind of cool. Okay, so let's push that as a render. Right, so now I know that most of this side was in shadow, so this actually feels pretty good. All right, so then we'll save out this composite, and this will be rim. So just save that out as well. Okay, and so then we're going to go into Photoshop. Let's do open. Open says me. All right, and then I'm just going to open all those. So I saved out 4 for now. All right, so here's the mask. Here's the rim light render, and here's the composite render. So I'm just going to take the rim, pull that into there. I'm going to take the depth. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do an AO pass. Ah, shucky darn. Let's do that real quick, actually. So we'll go back to here. Put this back to 0.85. I don't do stylized, I do realistic. But then in render properties, I think it is, we'll turn on ambient occlusion, and that will do a ambient occlusion. So we'll just kick that render again. It takes a little bit longer, but then we'll resave the composite and we'll save the ambient occlusion. Okay, so we'll resave this guy. Cool. Saved. And then we'll save the AO as well. Okay, and then we'll head back over here. We'll open up the composite and the AO. Oops. Oh, we'll just open that again. The AO did not do very well, but we'll figure that out. All right, so we'll open up that rim again. So depth and rim. Yep, that's fine. Grab the oops. Grab those two. Basically, just grab everything and put them. This is it's RGB 8, and this is RGB 8. There we go. Okay, so I've got my depth, I've got my rim, and my composite. Let me grab that AO again real quick. I don't know why that didn't come over. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take this one and we'll, I think it's lighten I use. All right, so put that on lighten so that you can pull that in like that. Nice. And then we'll take the depth and we'll do, what is it, darken. I always forget which one it is. I think overlay, and then we'll just turn it down a bit. I'm not worried about the background at all because I'm going to use the mask for that. So what I'll do for the mask, I'll just select all, copy, come into here, do channels. Oh, put it in alpha. That's weird. Okay, and then I'll paste it into the alpha here, and then control click that. Put all these into a group, and then make a mask. This is all. Oops. I want a solid color for the background. All right, so this is the basic of what I'll do, and then we can kind of tune from there, and you can do all kinds of fun stuff. But the majority of it is your blending, right? So if you have that nice rim render, then you can do that. That makes it really nice render. That's typically how I'll go about it, and then you can render different types of things. So you can go in and say, put different matte caps on things if you want to have something like metallic, and then just mask those in. So if you want to make things metallic or whatever, you could do that. But that's the basics of it. You just render out those passes, and then you put them in with some blend modes. Okay, so let's do document. Oops, document. Autofit, that's fine. No, don't save it. Drop it in again. There we go. Back to where we were. Back to where we were. Okay. Try that again. Why can I not rotate the things? Oh, it's because my camera's locked. Camera. Thank you. All right. So let's place a couple of these little guys real quick before we take off. Got about 5 minutes or so left in the stream. So let's get these guys up and at least just start placing them to see what else we may need to do. So let's duplicate this one, pull that back here, make this guy a little bit bigger. Okay. So what I'm going to do before I do that is I want to, let's put all these in a folder and we'll call this the other claw. Because the other one was the claw it's going to get you. Is there a reason for why I don't do stylized, or is it just that you're mainly focused on realism? Realism is my passion, so I focus on that. Not that I have anything against stylized art. It's more that it's much different, not necessarily a different pipeline, but there's a lot that goes into it that's different in between a realistic workflow for AAA characters versus a stylized workflow for AAA characters. And stylized your fashion, yeah. No, I don't work on a Cintiq. I am a Intuos lifer. All right, so now that I have this in here, what I'll do is I will duplicate the set. That's fine. Okay, so this one is, just turn that off. Those are all the pieces. But what I'm going to do here is just merge all these down then. So we'll do merge down, merge down, merge down, merge down, merge down. Okay, and then we'll just do a quick auto groups. All right, and then this one will be the one that we move and scale. You know what we could do? Let's do this real quick. Let's create the insert brush. Create insert brush. New. Done. Cool. Then we'll grab this guy. And we'll just be like, oh, we'll just draw it in there. Oh, snappers! Instead of moving it around. Let's actually do split unmask points. There we go. Sometimes I'll do that real quick and just create a brush, and because if I want it somewhere really quickly, sometimes it's a lot easier to do. It probably needs to be extended a little bit. Yeah, definitely. So let's do this. Yes, this is ZBrush. You are correct. What do we have for him, Tom? You've won a brand new vacation to right where you are. I'm just messing. Okay, so let's grab this one. Okay, and so we'll just we'll grab all that, and then we'll put that there, and then we'll just rotate this down like this. Cool. Grab that. Okay, hide that one, hide that one. Switch. Oops. Switch. Mask that. Unmask. Rotate. Put that right there. Ha! Homecation. Yep. Or some people call it staycation. Okay. Cool. Now what we'll do is we'll go back to this one, which we're already on, and then we'll do insert mesh again and we'll append. That's fine. Now we have two different states of this guy. So let's delete that one. Okay. Okay, split unmasked. Ah, shit. Shoot, is what I meant. Pardon my French. That was masked, which is what I don't really want. So let's go back to it real quick. Unmask things. And then we will create insert and append. Okay. Now when I do that, Cool. And then now when we do split unmasked, it will actually split this whole thing. That's what we want. Then we'll take and put our point right there. Now we're ready to roll. Finally. Okay. And then maybe we'll duplicate this guy. We'll get down with the sickness. Some of these cool things happening here. Okay, duplicate. This is when things start getting fun. Okay, see how that's feeling. Right, so we've got some extra little shape reads in here, which is pretty cool. Hey, what are you doing here there, buddy? Let's do delete hidden. There we go. That's feeling better. Yes! Yes! Yeah. Okay, let's do one more thing before we call it. Okay. Pivot is good. Duplicate, and then let's get one of these dude bros out here. Break that silhouette a little bit. Yeah, like that. Okay, duplicate. Yeah, now we're starting. Now we're starting to cook with some fire. With fire. Okay, maybe what we'll do is we'll just mirror and weld that guy. Focus in. No. Why is my mirror and weld so far off? It's so weird. right? And so this is kind of the whole reason why I created the second mid. When we created these ones in the beginning of the stream, I was like, yeah, we need something else, and this is kind of what I was envisioning as that something else. Um, it's really like it's more shape read and kind of the breakup of different reads, and making sure that you have items of interest happening. Actually, you know what we'll do is let's take one of these ones. Yeah. So now that we have a couple of different types in here, we can play around with the different poses and different sizes as well too. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that one's all wackadoo. Let's just get this last one in here. Cool. There we go. Now we're starting to get some really, really cool things happening. Right? So here's what I'm looking at, right? We got small, medium, and large reads. You've got large read, medium, small reads, right? Or like, large reads, medium reads, small reads. All right, so you have nice shape breakup. Yeah. Probably don't want to do too much more than that because then it starts getting a little bit lost in there. Let's actually turn my light. Oh, it's already way past time. All right. Yeah, that was fun. That was good. So that's it for this round. Hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys learned a couple things, but most of all, I hope you're inspired to go and make your own cool stuff. So take that inspiration, go make something cool today, and we will pick up from here probably on my personal stream. So if you guys want to, um, if you're not already following me on my personal site, you can grab that one. If you are interested in getting this as a free STL, once it's done, you can sign up for our newsletter, and we'll send out notifications once it's done. And if you're interested in following us on the medias and checking out our Etsy store, which is probably going to go down offline and switch to a private sale and private commissions probably this coming week. So if you are interested in anything that's up there, take a grab, and we will see you soon. If you have any questions or interested in any painting commissions or possibly sculpting commissions, I'm not really sure if I'm ready for that yet or not to take that on. Let me know. All right. Hope you guys had fun. Talk to you soon. Stay safe. Be fun. Do awesome. All right. See you, everybody.